Bashan, Mom told me not to get her any more pecans. You know, she loves pecans, right? So she's like, don't get me any more pecans. You know, I shouldn't, you know, I'm eating so many. And then she calls me 2 days ago. Hey, did you order any pecans? And I'm like, you and I are in tune. I've already ordered them. So, and I am waiting for Dune Part 2. I saw Part 1. And I still haven't seen the Spider-Verse, the cartoon. I need to see that.
Welcome back to Time Served, the channel that's scheduled so you don't have to. And we're kicking it old school with the sentencing straight out of the pandemic. And Boyd, oh Boyd, is Mr. Zachary Guerrero a grade A
loser.
Just listen to what he did, his reasonings for it, and as an added bonus, we get a tattoo breakdown from Judge as she points out the grammatical errors in this brain surgeon's finger tats. Yes, I said finger tats. You don't want to miss the lecture from the back offices of the 187. And in case you missed the last Judge Boyd video on this channel, you can check it out here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, set your notifications to all. Let's roll, nerds.
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense.
Rafael Leal for Zachary Noel Guerrero.
And are you Zachary Guerrero? If you could unmute for me, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
Objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerrero, I'm going to show you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication. Ms. Guerrero, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is, and he was competent at the time of the offense.
Mr. Guerrero, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to Tamara Alvarado, Tamera, and Patricia Santos. There's to be no contact with Adan, Adan, or Tamara Alvarado, Patricia Santos, of Stefan, Stephen Brown. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
State, is there an affirmative finding of deadly weapon?
Sorry, yes, Judge, there should be. And then also I forgot to include the case we're TICing.
And which case would that be?
It is 2021 CR 8112B.
CR8.
8112B.
All right, thank you. And also as a part of the agreement, there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and the state is taking in consideration 2021 CR 8812B. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Guerrero?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Well, Your Honor, we hadn't discussed an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon, but I understand given the charge.
Yes.
So that's, yeah, that I would say yes.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, you understand there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. You are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So there is going to be an affirmative finding of deadly weapon if I read the stipulated evidence and determine that a deadly weapon was exhibited or used. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Then do you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, and the MRT. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, the state offers States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any
No
objections?
objection. No objection.
Mr. Guerrero, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes.
All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes,
Are
Your
you
Honor.
proceeding with sentencing?
We'll waive that. I have a motion for return of property, Your Honor, that I like for the court to consider it. I already served Mr. Sanders.
Okay, the first question though, are you asking to proceed with sentencing?
Yeah, I mentioned yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Well, Your Honor, this was a difficult case for the state and for us, for the defense. There was a a confrontation among neighbors, and that confrontation led to both sides shooting each other. There is another party to this offense that has also been arrested, and I understand to be the other person that participated in the confrontation. So it is unclear who started the fight or who started the shooting. And given the uncertainty of the situation, my client decided to take the offer of the state, given that it was a very reasonable offer, and he believes that he can follow the terms of the probation.
How old are you, Mr. Guerrero?
I'm 21.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school.
So what are you doing with your life?
As of right now,
Yes.
I want to go to like barber school. I always wanted to like be a barber.
Okay, not what you want to do. What are you
Oh.
currently doing? How are you supporting yourself?
Well, I've been trying to get a job, but since the monitor, I haven't been able to.
Did you have a job before the monitor?
Yes,
And what were you doing?
I was window tinting at my sister's ex-boyfriend's shop.
All right. And I guess your wife is absentee.
Yes,
Do you have any children?
yes, I have a 5-month baby.
Child Protective Services involved?
No,
All right. And I see that Stephon Brown is an acquaintance of absentee. What is Stephon Brown relationship to any of you?
just a friend.
Well, you know that you're not to have any more contact with him.
Yes, I haven't talked to him in forever since that happened.
All right. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive,
For what?
marijuana,
And what else?
and that's it.
And what would your wife be positive for?
Nothing.
So why are you using marijuana if no one else in your household uses marijuana?
I don't know, honestly.
I don't think he can understand us, Cap'n. He don't speak English none too good.
Here's the thing, it's time for you to grow up. You got a 5-month-old.
Yes, I understand.
And I can tell you right now, the 5-month-old does not need to be smelling marijuana. And if you're using marijuana, whether you're using it inside the house or outside the house, you smell like marijuana. And that affects your child. Do you want your child's brain functions to be slowed down when they go to school because his dad can't stop using marijuana?
No, Your Honor.
So you had better straighten up.
Yes, I plan to.
Judge, if I may, I would like for the court to order the removal of the GPS, given that my client has complied with.
I don't know if I'm going to order GPS, removal of GPS. I'm having a conversation with your client to see what type of person he is. Because the only thing I know about him so far is that he's getting in a shootout in a neighborhood where I'm sure people are trying to relax and enjoy life, and they can't because we have 20-year-olds who are getting in shootouts like it's Dodge, like it's the what is it? The Clantons and the Earps. Doc Holliday, where is Doc Holliday? That's what they're acting like. And I'm sure nice people were enjoying their life, having a little pleasant. Can you imagine if you're at your house, you're just sitting down, relaxing, Brenna, with your children, maybe eating dinner at the kitchen table, and all of a sudden you're hearing gunshots and it's your neighbors acting like it's a shootout, like we're living in the Wild West. At least if you knew I'm living in the Wild West, shootout could occur at any time, you'd be prepared. I'm sure people were ducking in their bathtubs. And if some little child would end up getting shot by some stray bullet, then we would have had a bunch of 20-year-olds in here boohooing and crying on the news about I didn't mean to. When I put that right up there, when you have to tell people during fourth, why are you firing weapons in the air? I mean, at some point, those bullets have to come down. So that's where we are, Mr. Guerrero.
Your Honor, is not so much that he's wearing that GPS. It is the fact that it can get quite costly, and my client still is trying to find a job. He has a newborn that he needs to
I understand what you're saying, Mr. Leal. Right now, I'm giving your client a lecture, so hopefully he won't do this silly thing again, because I don't know if his parents ever gave him this lecture. And I see all the tattoos on his hands. What are the tattoos that he spent money for, unless he got it done in somebody's garage, that he spent money for instead of buying milk and supplies for the baby? So what are those tattoos on your fingers? May I see them, please?
Loyalty.
Loyalty to who?
Just it says loyalty outvalues everything.
No. There's loyalty and something else on there. What does it all say? And what does it really mean?
Loyalty outvalues everything.
And I'm sure that doesn't end, because that's not a complete sentence. So what's on the other hand?
I don't have nothing. Those are only my tattoos.
Brenda, what does that even mean?
It's like it's from like a rap song or whatever.
What rap song?
It's from Kodak. I don't know.
So just listening to that wasn't enough. You had to write it down. And let me just tell you, I don't know if it's true or not, but the rumor is a lot of rappers are not even writing their own lyrics. Somebody else is writing it, and they're just saying it.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, some of them.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. 4 years deferred adjudication. Affirmative finding of deadly weapon, taking consideration 2021 CR 812B. Restitution and no contact with Tamara Alvarado, Patricia Santos. There's to be no contact with Stephon Brown and Aiden Alvarado. The MRT program is a program to tell you need to do what's right. You need to follow the rules. Don't go shooting up the neighborhood.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, when it's time for trash to be taken out on Wednesday or Thursday, or when it's taken out for you, take the trash out. When the trash man runs, bring it back in. That's what the MRT is just telling people, would you please follow the rules of society so everyone can live peacefully, so that people can eat their dinner without having to worry that there's going to be a shootout. I'm sure people who bought their homes never thought you'd be moving in and engaging in a shootout. So the MRT, 150 hours of community service restitution, the court will waive 40 of those if you provide proof of a COVID vaccination that includes the booster. Court is not forcing anyone to get the vaccination, but if you do, you'll have those hours waived. I'm going to want parenting classes. If you complete those parenting classes, I'll waive your community service hours, but no matter what, you will complete parenting classes. You're going to either do a trade school or do something towards seeking a higher level of education. And I'll tell you, I know you were on here, but I'll tell you what I tell everybody else. There's no shame in whatever job you want to do, but it needs to be a legal job. And whatever job that is, you need to be the best at it you can be. So if you want to be a landscaper, be the best landscaper. If you want to bag groceries, guess what? We need people to bag groceries. We need people to dig ditches. We need people to work in service industries. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need judges. We need everything. Pick one, be the best at it. You made your life a little bit difficult because any occupation that requires a license requires a background check, and they're going to see this on it. Not saying that's going to disqualify you, but it's going to make it difficult for you to get your license as a barber.
Yes,
so I want trades.
I understand.
All right. So I want trade school or some sort of higher level of education. We're going to do the UA hotline, and Rebecca, I'm going to want him tested for levels. We're going to do GPS tracking, waive fees, and we're going to give you a curfew. Your curfew is going to be 7:30 p.m. I'm going to want random field visits. Three times per month. If he does well, we'll see about lowering that. There should be regular Zoom reporting or in person. So if something happens, you can't report by Zoom, you'll need to report in person. Do you understand?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Rebecca, is there anything else he needs?
Sorry, Judge. The proof of employment.
Thank you. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Mr. Guerrero, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. With that, we'll go off the record. Mr. Guerrero, so many people could have ended up being killed in this Dodge shootout y'all were having at
I
high
understand
noon.
that now.
And you know what? You could easily be charged with murder or something else.
Yes.
You understand? So
Yes, I
you're going to have to
understand.
start flying right, make your child proud of you, and be happy to say that you're dad. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right, Mr. Leal, there was something you wanted.
Yes, Your Honor. I filed a motion for return of property in this case at the suggestion of Mr. Sanders.
And what property are you asking to be returned?
The gun, Your Honor.
Oh, we'll need to have a hearing on that.
If it is
Where's this
necessary,
gun going?
I'm sorry?
Where's this gun going? Because it's not going back to Mr. Guerrero. He knows nothing of gun safety.
It's gonna be in my possession, Judge.
You need to file a motion
I did.
and have the state, have you conferred with the state?
I did.
Mr. Sanders?
Judge, I haven't seen the motion, but I told him I would have no objection if he filed a motion requesting that it be released to him as payment.
All right, so Mr. Leal,
Yes, Your Honor.
and this is for the 2021 CR 8111B case, correct?
Correct.
All right, so you need to file a different order, because in this order, you're asking that the gun be returned to the defendant, comma, his attorney or his attorney's agents. So I'm not going to agree to have the gun returned to the defendant.
No, Your Honor. I mean, it's gonna come into my possession, and that's it. And you know, if we can get it on the record, I can stipulate to that on the record.
No. You'll need to file a motion that says that it's going to you and not the defendant, because in the order that I have, it says it's being returned to the defendant.
I'll just file another order, Judge, and then
Yes.
delete the other language.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Once that's filed, I'll take care of it. All right,
Thank you,
Mr.
Your Honor. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thank you, Mr. Leo. Mr. Guerrero, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Probation is going to go over. Yes.
You said I have a time limit.
Oh, you have a curfew. You need to be at
So
home by 7:30.
So does that mean like I get to like leave the house or like?
Oh no, you're allowed to leave the house in the morning time.
Yes.
And I'll put that, Rebecca. We're going to put the morning time at 7 a.m. He's not to leave before that unless he has employment.
Okay.
And you need to be back in the house by 7:30 p.m.
Okay. And that's only if I like have a job, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was just wondering.
But here it is, Mr. Guerrero. It's tracking. So you're allowed to go pick up food items for your child. You understand? You can do that. but you need to be in the house at 7:30. So I'm not going to allow you to leave the house until 7 a.m. because I can say you can be in the house at 7:30 p.m. And then I guarantee you, if I were to tell somebody that, they're like, I'm in at 7:30 p.m. Now I'm going out at 8:30 p.m. So your hours to be outside of your house, running your errands is from that morning time period that I gave you to 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
Now, if there is some issue, Rebecca, where his employment is a different time and he needs to be out later or before that time period in the morning, just let the court know. But Mr. Guerrero, that's not going to be, oh, I'm working with my cousin and this is the time I need documentation. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So if you will go to breakout room number 2, pecan season is almost done.